Senior year of high school. Anybody remember their senior year of high school? Some people haven't achieved their senior year of high school. Ignore all of this. I don't want you to get caught doing any of this, okay? So, yes, so there are some things that can be heard and not done, and that's okay. Anybody have a favorite teacher in high school? Yeah. Mr. Brady was one of my favorite teachers. I had Mr. Brady for fourth period business law, senior year of high school. It was a good class. Mr. Brady would give us our assignment in the first 5 minutes of class and then disappear and leave us to work on our assignments for reading or what have you. And this went on for a while. And so a friend of mine, Mike, and I, we decided that, well, we'd play a little prank on Mr. Brady. He always left his hard shell briefcase sitting on the desk unlocked. You may be familiar with those magazines that when you open them up, they have a centerfold. Are we getting some? You've heard of that? Well, Mike somehow managed to get a hold of one of these magazines that had a centerfold, and we decided that we would tape that centerfold into the inside of his briefcase so that when he opened it, he was greeted with Miss July 1984. We waited for him to come back. He came back with about 10 minutes of class, and we're like, never went to his briefcase. Ellen, who was my brother's girlfriend, had Mr. Brady for fifth period. Guess what got opened in fifth period? Guess who got a call after school to say, did you know anything? No, don't know anything about that, how that happened. So, didn't hear much more about that. Mr. Brady had one of these old-fashioned wooden desks where the drawers would come out completely. Well, we decided that we would take Mr. Brady's desk, pull all of the drawers out, flip the desk upside down, and slide the drawers back. Now, this was about the time that the Libyan terrorist activities were going on. And so we decided that we would leave a Libyan terrorist note that he was giving us entirely too much homework and testing, and that these types of things would continue until such activities stopped. Again, the bell rang. Mr. Brady wasn't there. So we just got up and walked out, and fifth period comes in. Ellen calls me when she gets home. Do you know anything about? And no, haven't a clue. She knew that this must have been happening in fourth period because, obviously he would have done something about it. Scotch tape. Scotch tape is wonderful. Big fat rolls. One of the other students who had been kind of watching Mike and I do this decided that he was going to tape the desk. So he ran that Scotch tape across everything on the desk, including the attendance records and some other things. Mr. Brady got a little upset at that point, had a stern talking with the class, didn't know who it was, but that the pranks needed to stop. I think there was one more incident of his chair getting chalked. Chalk, by the way, is calcium carbonate that gets written on a blackboard. You erase it with an eraser. That chalk dust stays on the eraser. And so I think his desk or his chair got chalked. But that really was about it, and things calmed down, or so we thought. About 2 weeks goes by, And Mr. Brady starts calling everyone from fourth period to his office, which was up a flight of stairs from his classroom. And we had to go and talk to him in private, where there wasn't a bright light, but and I didn't see any mirrored windows, but I am sure that it would have qualified as an interrogation. And he asked us what had been going on and wanted to know if I had been involved. I said, well, Mr. Brady, I really don't know. He's like, Clint, what's going on? You're a good student. I think you know something about this. He says the practical jokes were fine, but somebody had called his wife, had called home and harassed his wife on the phone. And I'm like, okay, that was not me. I will confess to these things, but no, I draw the line at that. He said, did you have anything to do with the taping? I'm like, no. He's like, because there were attendance records and he had some explaining to do at the office as to why his attendance records had been taped and things like that. So I felt like I had a pretty good idea who it was. And, I had a choice of singing like a canary or taking that secret with me. I chose to confess to the things that I had done, but kept that secret with me. I don't know if he ever did figure it out or not, but had a little bit of fun my senior year of high school. Thank you.